Hey y'all, it's your favorite auntie, Mary M.J. Harper, host of Sister to Sister Coffee and Conversations, a space for real women, real talk, and real life. Let me introduce you to my amazing co-hosts, Michelle Colbert, Mimi Lee, Stacy Stiles, Frida Ballard, and Delashawn Bordeaux. Every week, we're sitting down to have honest conversations about love, relationships, healing, faith, business, self-care, and everything in between. So grab your favorite cup of coffee, tea, or whatever you're sipping on, and come join the conversation. This is Sister to Sister Coffee and Conversations.
Hey y'all,
Hey.
it's your favorite auntie, Mary M.J. Harper, host of Sister to Sister Coffee and Conversations. And I have the pleasure of being in the studio with my co-host from left to right.
Miss Stacy Stiles.
Miss Delashawn Bordeaux.
And the Michelle Colbert.
Yes, ma'am. How y'all doing today?
Blessed and highly favored.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm ready to get this show started.
I am. But we are all locked and loaded. We ready to go, I think.
Yeah.
And today we are talking about dating dilemmas.
Yes.
Relationships, situationships, entanglements, and everything in between. And our lead on today's conversation is my sister friend, Miss Delashawn Bordeaux, better known as D. Nicole. And come on, tell us why we talking about this today.
Okay, y'all, we gonna talk about the conversation everybody like talking about. These dating dilemmas, these relationships, these situationships, and everything in between. But before we have the conversation, we kind of got to have an understanding of what the difference is, even though we all often like to get them confused. So a relationship is a commitment. You know, you guys have decided to take it to the next step. You guys should not be dating anyone else unless that's the type of relationship you have decided to have. You feel trusted in that relationship. You feel good. You know that you're going somewhere. At this point, you should be meeting some family members. That's what a relationship is. Y'all agree with that?
I agree.
Then we got the situationships, which is everything else. There is no commitment. It's probably that once a week meetup. It's sometimes that baby mama and baby daddy who can't stop talking to each other. It's everything we do behind closed doors. I don't really want to be with you, and I don't want that commitment. But we having fun. We having fun. But the issue is, it's okay to have a relationship. It's okay to have a situationship. The issue is when you start getting murky in between. And what happens when it's in between. Yeah. So my first question to you guys is, we're going to start it off with a relationship aspect. Have you guys been married? It's a two-part question. Have you been married, and do you have a desire to get married? That's the first
well, I've never been married, but you dang on right I have a desire. But it's not for the title. It's for the union, the bond. You know what I mean? I want a best friend. You know, so yes, I do desire, but I've never been.
Okay.
Oh, you gonna ask me? I have been married, and would I get married again? Jesus probably had to come in my living room and tell me about it. He had to probably bring him down here and say, "Now look, Mary, this one is here. This for you. This it for real. I'm good. We good. You know, I got you." Other than that, probably not.
Okay. What about you?
I have been married, and I like marriage. I like the idea and the feeling and the responsibility of marriage. Would I marry again? Probably. But this time, I would have to let God tell me this is him and not me off myself, because I get it wrong.
I love
Look, you're not the only one, sis.
Baby, okay. Now, have I been married? Yes. I definitely married wrong. I'm going to start by saying that I married wrong, but I love marriage. I love the companionship. I am truly one, being a PK, I would say I do believe in being fruitful and multiplying when you're with that right person. However, lately, things like that don't really happen. So do I want to get married? I think I go back and forth. Sometimes I'm heavy on the yes, I want to be married, I want to have a family. Sometimes I'm like, dang, what if I get stuck in this commitment and I can't leave as quick as I just want to go? So when you think about situations like that where we all have a different perspective of what marriage is and if we want to get married again. Say you get in a committed relationship, would you ever consider a relationship contract? Kind of like a
Ooh-wee.
It's kind of like a prenup, but it ain't a prenup because we're not getting married. But it's a contract to make sure they not wasting your time. It's going to make sure you're not leaving with nothing. I might leave with some tears, but I also might leave with some money. And it is something you can agree on between the both of you. Because like I said, and I asked this question on Facebook, and everybody got all mad because they said, well, why are you in a relationship that long? As you see, some people don't want to get married. We do have a community called the LGBTQIA community where some don't get married. So the conversation is needed, and I'm going to need y'all to understand that. They made me so mad. Why would you? What? So how would you feel about a dating contract? And what would your terms be? And what are some terms you wouldn't be okay with? Like, what's y'all thoughts?
Start with Michelle and Stacy, because I told this the one. I'm going last. I'm going last. And in the words of my sister Frida, when it gets to me, don't shush me.
Right. Well,
I think we're gonna start innocent, Stacey. I feel like you're gonna be the most innocent.
Yeah.
A relationship contract, right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind because I feel like the stipulation that I probably would put in there is like, if you cheat, you know what I mean? If you get caught cheating, this is what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's a good question. It really is, because who I've never heard of a relationship contract.
Probably why people keep playing games, because we ain't never put one out.
Yeah, I think that would really.
I think it's more of an accountability thing versus saying it's a contract or prenup. I'm gonna give you an accountability contract.
Love that.
Meaning no cheating and don't start trying to be controlling. Don't be one way when you get me and then you flip.
Yeah.
That's another part of the contract that I would have, because sometimes we say things and we become that person that we described.
Yeah.
Oh, I want someone that he will take me out to eat, and he will be considerate of my birthday, and he will, take da-da-da-da-da. And they study that stuff, and they all of a sudden
The
become
representative.
all of what I just said.
Yeah, the representative. Yeah, I say that the first.
And
6
the
months,
minute we say I do,
they change. The mask falls
Here
off.
come Booger
this
Man.
joker
Yeah.
don't even take out the trash.
The mask falls
Say it
off.
now.
Yeah.
The mask falls off.
Yeah.
The cowboy hat comes off with the boots.
Here come the demon child.
And here come
Chucky.
Mr. Willie.
Okay.
Michael Myers.
There you go.
When I was with
no
Jason,
consistency.
and I would be very specific in that contract, and we would really have to discuss it.
Yeah.
Y'all ready?
Yes.
What you gotta say?
Hell no.
I love it.
Now, let me start by saying I want to respond to what you said before you presented this question, how you loved being in marriage, you loved being a wife and all that. I was a good wife, and we both worked. And we endured some things and had to go through some things, and I was faithful and I was committed to the cause. You know what I'm saying? I came home from work, I cooked, I made sure the dishes was washed, I made sure the house was clean, I made sure the kids was, my daughter, was taken care of or whatever. I did all the things that a wife is supposed to do. I did them, and I did them well. Did I like them? No, I did not.
That's honest.
But that's what I committed to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I did that. And that took something. That required something, being a wife. It required being a partner. It required being a supporter. It required learning how to keep your mouth shut sometimes.
Yeah.
And I don't particularly do that well. But I had to learn those things as a wife. And I respected my husband, and I did what I was taught to do in a marriage. Now, we still ended up where we ended up.
Right.
And we still ended where we are. So, if you ask me today, would I repeat that? Now that I've done that, no, I would not. Now, when it comes to a marriage contract and somebody that ain't my husband, if I don't want to do it no more for a man that is, I sure as hell ain't gonna do it for a man that ain't.
That's fast.
I love it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm not finna give no man going for, and I haven't always been like this. My maturity, my age has taught me. My experience has taught me things. So I'm not gonna sit here and say what I'm saying to you today is how I felt 10 years ago, or how I felt 5 years ago, or 7 years ago. But I can tell you right now, today, in this skin that I'm in, it's like I told you last week, I pay every bill in my house.
I know that's right.
Sometimes I have to struggle to do it. Sometimes I do it with ease. But the beauty of it is when I come home, I ain't got to answer to nobody.
That's
if
right.
I don't want to cook, I don't want to cook. If I don't feel like washing no laundry, I don't feel like washing no laundry. I don't have to fix nobody's lunch in the morning. I'll put mine, and I don't have to fix mine if I don't want to. I don't have to do all of the things. And so a prenup or a contract to act as your wife when you don't think enough of me to make me your wife, or regardless of what your reasoning or your expectation is about it.
But what if it's a situation
we got together?
Yeah.
And what if you don't have the desire to be married? Then what do you have? So one perspective to look at it is saying this: okay, I don't want to be married. If I'm someone who does not have the desire to be married and I refuse to be married, I want to know that you're also not going to waste my time.
Right.
So what can I do to make sure that you don't come and me wasting my time? Now, some of us can look at it as the truth. If I present a relationship contract to a man, he gonna walk out that door, and that's exactly what I want you to do, because I know you got the game.
Yeah.
So yes, that's exactly what I want you to get the hell away from me, because I don't want you to waste my time. But that's
Right.
what. How do
accountability.
we?
It's like,
How do we as people? And I'm not gonna say men or women, because we're all dating. But how do we justify you being in my life and not giving me nothing when you leave, other than some damn tears and either weight gain or loss? It depends on what kind of depression you had. No, when I'm sitting in my bed crying, I think I want to cry. I could probably cry a little bit better with about few grand, and I go,
and a nicer car.
I ain't crying.
I'm gonna go eat. I can go eat. I can go get my toast.
Get these bills paid, something.
It's just something to say that I'm not gonna allow you to waste my time, and I want some type of compensation. Just like if
I think it's like Michelle said.
Just
It's,
like
it's
if we
really about
married,
accountability.
it's my time.
It's about accountability.
I'm not crying over no man no more.
Yeah.
I've done that before. I've
Been there, done
I
that. For sure.
cry, baby. I cry. I
I'm
might
not
not even
crying.
like you, and I might shed a tear still. Just,
I cry if
It's
something's
emotional.
wrong. I cry if
All
you
I-
hurt or something's wrong with you, but me crying
Yeah.
because you leaving, I'm good, because I'm gonna keep a part of me no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that anymore when I was 30 and 40 years old.
I
I'm gonna
think-
keep a part of me until I know that I know that.
But when
know.
do we know? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think that's the thing, because I know people been together for years, and you know, it's
exactly.
something's just happened.
Can I answer her question?
yes, please.
My answer to that question is, when you begin dating and you communicate with somebody, you need to ask them, what is your intent
No,
in
I'm
dating?
saying, like, when you're in a marriage
Yeah.
and someone
15,
gets
20
10,
years.
15
Well,
years
well,
down
let
the
me-
line, and
let
all
me
of a
answer
sudden
you on
somebody
that.
just snaps
Let me answer you on that. Nothing just happens. Things lead up.
over time.
You're gonna see some changes, and that's when you, as a
That
woman,
discernment.
you're gonna start bringing yourself in. You're not gonna continue to have yourself out there on that line dangling, because you know something is wrong. We have more intuition than anybody.
And that's probably why I've never been married.
That's why we see something.
Because my discernment is on 10. Like,
Yes.
I dip out. My detachment is on 1,000. I love my detachment style.
But I'm good at detachment unless I'm truly in love, and I think that's what has hurt me in the past. It was being so in love that I couldn't leave that it did change a part of me to where I ended up becoming a little bit more ruthless. Like, I didn't care at that time. I didn't care about your feelings. I had some dudes who write me still to this day, and they be like, damn, you just mean. No, I'm not mean. I just didn't care.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I didn't have a care in the world. But y'all have said something, both Mary and Michelle said something that kind of wants me to take it a different area than where we were going to go.
Can I stop you for a second? One of the listeners said that is why you ask questions.
People can lie all the time, though.
And that's what I was gonna say too. I agree. We can ask questions. You can see what their intent is, but how many times do people put on that mask?
Representative.
And then it takes them. Man, let me tell you something. I was with somebody a year and a half before I found out they was married. We were going on trips every other month.
Ooh-wee.
So you can put on a mask and you can present yourself to be one way. and be somebody completely different.
Yeah.
At my house, we going out on dates, we hanging out. So yeah, we can ask questions, but until that person is ready to slip up and show you who they are, you'll never know
you would
who
never
they
know.
are.
Yep.
But both of y'all said something about age. How does age, and we did not bring this up, but now it's a good place to go. How does age play a role in whether you have a situationship or a relationship? Now I would say for me, when I was younger, I was okay with a situationship. I don't want to be, especially when I first came out of my marriage, I don't want to be in nothing that feels like I'm too smothered. I just want to be free and do me. So it was easier, but now I have more of a listen, my daddy told me that you don't want to go to no store and every man in the store know you. And that has stuck with me.
Wow.
So whereas I might have been a little bit more freer when I was young, I wasn't wild. I'm more modest now. I don't want to just talk to anybody. I will just talk I'm not the one who's going to date Tom, Tim, and him just to go on dates. No, I make my own money. So if I want to go eat, I'm going to go take myself out. And I'm going to date one person because I want to get to know you.
Right.
And then when I really know you, because when I get to know you, I'm FBI knowing you, baby.
Yes.
I'm knowing you and probably on a different
Listen.
Facebook looking at you and seeing what you're doing. I'm learning who your
Yes.
friends are, your mama. I'm gonna learn all about you. So that first time you slip up and I catch that lie, I'm sorry, y'all. That's not changing. That's my toxic side. But the first time I catch you, I'm going, hey, so. And the minute I catch you, then it's downhill from there.
Bruh.
But now I'm older, that's all. I like to just date one person and be crazy to one person.
Yeah.
Who answering that question first?
But I think with age, change comes. When I was younger, those type of things, I've always been a relationship type girl. I've never really dated until I became older. So I've always been in a relationship with someone. And that just fit my personality. I wasn't one that always went out hanging out and all this and that and with this one and with that one. I wasn't like that. But as I matured and got older, my desires are different than they were when I was 30. And that means growth. I see relationships from people that I know. I see relationships on TV, on social media. I see those things and I know what I want. I know what I want because I know what I'm valued as within me. So you got to come correct. I could date I could date every last person that asks me out, but I choose not to because I don't want them latching on to me. I don't want whatever they got going on latching on to me. I am just secure now with who I am and patiently waiting because I'm not thirsty. I'm not seeking all of this. And you're going to come to me.
That's right.
I'm not going to step to you because he who finds a wife
Find a good thing.
and
And
he gonna find a good thing here because I already done been through enough to know what not to do.
I think lately a lot of men feel like they're the catch though. They're the prize.
Oh, girl,
And a lot of men are the princesses. I had a situationship with a dude that was like that. He gonna tell me, you don't do nothing for me. I'm like, well, you don't. It's a two player game on that one. You're not doing nothing for me either. So it's like that situationship. It was cool, but it had to end for me when I just knew he was messing with someone else. And when we talk about our pH, when our pH get off, something got to stop. So it's like that's the reality of it.
I'm not paying no bills.
No, it was
medication.
Don't ask me to go half.
No, he was
don't
asking
ask
me like to
pay the light
cook
bill.
and
I'm not doing that.
No, he was asking me to like do like things like cook and he was into threesomes and these type of things and it just was just a little too much. I'm okay with being kinky. I'm okay with that, but dude, you're not even my man for me to go all out with
All
you
out like that, yeah.
Like, no, we having a good time, but at the end of the day, you messing around, so I had to exit stage left.
Everybody get that? Can I? Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. So, my turn. Now ask me the question again because I want to make sure I'm answering it right because I want to stay on point.
Has age affected the way you really just see situations, relationships, whichever?
My nerves is bad. At this age, My nerves is bad. I don't have the tolerance. I don't have the wherewithal. It's easier
Mary
for
got
me.
Medea in her.
Yeah, I just my patience is the shits. I don't have any. It doesn't exist for me. So like the yellow flag, the red flag, yeah, I'm paying attention to all of that.
Yep.
You know, I've learned that. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've learned to pay attention to things that bother me. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to a gentleman, and good guy, as far as I know. You know, he's a good guy. You know, we used to work together, do some things together, and you know, I reached out to him. Hey, how you doing, partner? You know, what's up? You know, I initiated it. I did. You know, and we talked about it. You know, and we've just been getting to know each other. And I told him, I said, look here, let me tell you something. In case you confused, because he said to me, I like an aggressive woman. Well, what do that mean?
Not Rob.
You know, my question was like, what do that mean? And so I told him, I just said plain and simple. I said, you know, some men like women that pursue them. Some men like women that chase them. I just want to, you know, give you a
Divas.
full disclosure
doing it.
and let you know I'm not her. And
Yeah,
I'm not
that's it.
coming
That's
after
them princesses,
you.
I'm
And if
telling
you want me, partner, you going to have to come get me.
That's in a
and
man's
when you come
nature.
get me, I'm not going to have no question
Yeah.
about whether or not you want me. I'm not going to be sitting up at this age and this stage and like, is he serious? Do he want to be with me? Do we have a child? I'm not doing none of that. Because men at my age, you know, anybody that I would be used to, you should be articulate enough to be able to communicate with me what your intent is. And if you still trying to figure things out, bro, at 55, 60 years old, and if you ready for a relationship, I'm not dogging you for that, but you're not for me.
That part.
So I don't feel any
And
reason.
baby, you got grandkids.
Yeah.
You can't figure it out. If
And you ain't figured it out?
But
you
you
know?
gonna know because they gonna be like WYD,
Oh my
I
God.
cannot stand it.
HRU.
Yeah.
But you know what? I be like,
What you eat today?
I really feel like
can't
it's not
stand that kind
a
of stuff.
age; it's a maturity level.
Yes.
It's a
Because
maturity
I've
level.
dated
I don't even
older
answer.
guys, you know, and right now I'm currently dating a younger guy. He's 38, but he has more maturity than any man that I've dated in my. And I'm 46.
Y'all, they love them YNs. Maybe.
So and it's like, and I wouldn't even say he's a YN. This dude
How old
is
you say he is?
he is 38.
Bless the Lord today.
And when I say he has emotional intelligence, it's like he plans dates.
That's
Like
good.
he communicates. Like I'm at all, like for real.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Go ahead.
Based on what she just said.
Nope.
This,
Nope.
all right, this is my question. Just based on that one question you said. When she said it so clearly, he plans dates. Am I wrong for feeling like this? Because this is where I am. If I am talking to a gentleman and we talking 3-4 weeks and you ain't invited me out nowhere yet.
I'm
You
assuming
ain't
it's
planned no
situationship
date or nothing like
Yeah.
that. And see, this is my thing.
Yes.
If I'm considering you for something serious, bro, if you can't plan a date, how you gonna plan a future?
Baby, if
Yeah.
after 2-3 weeks and I'm still
we
talking
ain't
to
even gonna
you
be talking.
and we
We
ain't
ain't
playing,
gonna be
well, hold on,
talking.
I might talk to you because I
I'm
might
not.
just turn you into that Wednesday night fling and see you on
It
Wednesday.
just depends
and
on
at
where
that
you
point,
at.
we ain't really
Yeah.
got to have too
Yeah.
much conversation. You ain't got to take me nowhere. You
Yeah.
come over from 9 to 9:02 and come
As long as you know the assignment.
9:02 and y'all go home afterwards.
long as you know.
But then that's understood.
Yeah.
And that's the thing even about situationships. You have to know exactly what we're putting into this situation.
And
Right.
what you gonna get out
and
of
what
it.
you gonna get out of it,
Right.
and whether or not it's gonna go forward
And you
or
have-
it's
Or just gonna
not.
stay right there.
And
What's
you
gonna
have to
happen
be an
between
excellent communicator. You have
Yes.
got to have
Yes.
communication skills.
What's gonna happen between 9 and 9:02?
Yeah, you finally caught that, huh? Listen,
I called it. I was just waiting my turn because
If
I
it's
got a
just
response
9
to that too.
9:02, it ain't gonna be
If
many
I got
visits.
to be bothered with you
I'm
and
just
all
saying.
you
9 to
need
9:02.
You better be dropping some food off, huh?
Wait, have you ever had that disappointment? Think somebody coming over, you be talking about, okay, my little situationship gonna come, let me see what he about. He come over, we be talking about the hell.
No,
We
ma'am.
ready to, baby, I
All
have
9 to
one.
9:02 is DoorDash.
That's what I say. Bringing
have
something to
been-
eat.
I would never act like I ain't never been disappointed, baby. I have been disappointed and then be talking about, well, damn.
Well, there is
I
a
need you to go
solution.
home.
Well, there you have
There's
it.
a solution.
What is it?
That rose. There's a solution.
It comes in a box.
and it's got a remote control. But look, let me tell you here. I got a boyfriend or two. And I ain't got to worry about him cheating on me. I ain't got to wonder where he is.
Throwing your pH off.
I ain't got to call him. I ain't got to worry about him bringing nothing home to me. I don't have to wonder where he is. All I got to do is go in the drawer and say, hey, baby, how you doing? Come on, talk to me for a
Right
little
where it
while.
need to be.
And when we get through talking, he go right on back in the drawer.
And you ain't got to see him till next time.
I ain't got to cook him no meals.
Well, there you have it.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to wash his clothes. I ain't got to do nothing. I ain't got to worry about him smacking me on my ass and it hurting.
Well, hold on.
And-
Smack
and-
my
and-
I kind of like that. I kind of like
Smack
that.
me on my ass. We might not need to be together because you did
Now,
not see
wait a
the
minute.
ass that was presented in your face.
There
hard
is a
for this.
difference. There is a difference.
The aggression.
There is a difference
aggression.
in a wanted smack, and there is a difference in
A non-wanted.
Hold up, we finna fight. Don't
Yeah.
hit me
It
like
is a
that.
difference. It is a difference. This is not ready to rumble.
Sasha, I heard.
Right.
Ain't
You
that
ain't
it?
whipping no cattle up in here. I know
Yeah.
they say you.
Yes, they said it hurt, girl.
No.
I mean, sometimes pain is
Say
pleasure.
hers is named
Sometimes.
Mr. Jimmy.
To a certain degree.
Okay, not y'all name
Okay,
it,
Mr. Jimmy.
Not
One
y'all
of the
named
viewers
it.
says hers is named Mr. Jimmy.
Mine's is Victor.
Oh, okay.
I loved Young and the Restless growing up. That's all I would like to say. But I told you I got two.
Mine is a human and better stay his tail together.
Look,
I know that.
I like Victor, and I got another one too, cause I'm an international woman. I got one named Victor, and I got another boyfriend named Mutombo. Yes, I
Okay.
do.
Damn. Y'all also mentioned another good point though, this princess treatment. And so I'm going to the society and how society affects us dating, because yes, society has caught the arguments over, you know, if you should be 50-50 or 100-100, whatever.
Yes.
They've caused the arguments of where you should be taken out on the first date, if you should be taken out on the
Or
first
where.
date, who should be paying, if you should even have sex on the first
Yeah.
date because somebody paid. So how does the society affect that? And how does this, let's be real, how does society affect them acting as if they are more womanly or more feminine than us?
Well, I feel like the men are bred to chase. Like if a man wants me to chase him, that's a turnoff. I was raised by my dad. You know, I have all brothers, so I know what a princess treatment. I know how to be treated like a princess, but I'm not going to treat. No, okay, don't get me wrong. I don't mind catering. It's a big difference catering to your man. You know what I mean? But it's like when they want the flowers and all the things that they're supposed to do for us, like the chasing is just dead. I'm not gonna chase a man. I would show interest. I would do that, but I'm not gonna chase you. You know, I'll pay for a meal. Who does it first doesn't matter.
But see, that's called
Would do.
reciprocation.
That-
and that's
exactly.
That's what they get confused.
They
Men
do.
want us to reciprocate, which I'm okay reciprocating.
Right.
But what I'm not gonna do is become the man.
Right.
And make sure you're treated well. And I'm sitting here walking on the outside of the street, opening your
That
doors,
part.
and you got the dress on, and somehow I ended up in the
There was some
pants.
jeans on.
You know how we used to, refer to that? You want the same thing I want. You want a good man.
And if you do the same,
you want that
And somebody out there, look, somebody out there will take you for real.
if you do say that, let me know, because I can go to that club too and get you one of them.
And I'm gonna find another one.
Maybe you need to go look at something else, because
Yeah.
if you want all the female treatment, maybe you on the wrong team.
Yeah.
Maybe you supposed to be on the
That
team.
part.
You sound like you want a good man like me.
That part.
You know, we've all these gender reverse roles and all that. I ain't got
Not
time
good.
for that. I'm not finna be the man in a relationship. I wasn't built that way. I'm the man 365 days a year. Sometimes I want to be the woman. And if I can't count on you or, look to you to allow me to be in that feminine place. You know how they say feminine energy. I don't even know what that is. You know what I'm saying?
Soft girl
And
era.
if I'm talking to you and I'm dealing with you and I got more masculine energy than you and you got the feminine energy, you know what I'm saying? You know what I need you for?
Yeah.
What do I need you for?
it becomes
You know what for.
overwhelmed.
I think, yeah.
It came to my head, and I'm so glad
You
I
know
caught
what?
myself before I let it come out my mouth.
I think
I'm
a
so
lot of
proud of
those
me.
guys, don't get me wrong, I don't have nothing wrong with single mothers. You know what I mean? I don't have nothing, but a lot of guys that I've dated that had single mothers, they had that issue. They had anger issues. They just had issues.
Yeah.
That's interesting you say that, because when I think about I was in a relationship on and off for 10 years. And don't get me wrong, his mama was a sweet woman. But when I look at their dynamic in their relationship, yes, he ended up with, as much as he's a mama's boy, and here's something, two things could be true. They could be a mama's boy and have mama's issues at the same time.
At the same time.
And he was a mama's boy, but you could tell the issues he had with his mama. His mama more so treated him like her man. Like, you know, even now she calling something's broken, he's gonna fly from here up to where he lives, where home is, and he gonna take care of her.
Yep.
He has gotten her a car. And then when he come and deal with other women, it's like he expects you to cater to him in that manner. And when you're not, then you want to put your hands on me. You want to do all this other stuff. Bro, I can't be with you because really you don't even want me. Hell, you don't want a man. You want your mama.
That's what it is.
And I can't be your mama.
Yep.
Because she should. Nothing.
That's interesting right there. I'm just, I'm still on the contract thing.
Mary, we didn't.
Well, I'm not gonna pay for dates. I'm not paying for dates. I established that up front. So I've recently, I've been going out on dates and stuff. I established that up front. I let them know what I will and won't do. And when you have met a real genuine man, that's not an issue. And they say your money's not good for me. Your money's not needed. I got this. Not all men want that. On the flip side, it's just, what are you willing to accept and what are you willing to not compromise? And I'm not paying if I'm on a date and I'm dating somebody, I'm not paying for anything. That's just flat out. If I marry you and we are together, that's different. I will bring some things home that you like. I will cater to you. I will do all the above. But I've got to know that we are all in this together before I'm wiping your feet, because I don't want you to be wiping these feet and you over there with Holly or you over there with Becky tomorrow. And here I've given you my all. I'm not doing that. So I'm very cautious and I'm very slow. I'm slow to move. And if my movement is slow, holla. I stand firm on that. And I've changed that way. I didn't always be that way. I was the one reaching out. You want to go hang out? You want to go do this and this? No, he's got to come to me. I'm not going to do it. If I stay single, I'm going to stay single. But I'm not tripping. I'm not worried about it, though. That's the thing. I'm cool. Either way it go, I'm good. Because men are hard. They're broken. They have issues. They have hidden issues. They don't want to address it. And then when you get with them, now here it is. It all explodes because they haven't dealt with it.
I say that all the time. I think men need to seek therapy. Well, everybody can use some therapy, but when I say it to some men, they just get offended, so I think that's a stigma in our community. People seeking therapy.
But that's because they swear nobody can help. They wouldn't understand what I was going through. They wouldn't understand.
But
a therapist is not going to cure you.
It's going. It
takes
to
you
listen.
doing the work for the therapist to help you.
It's accountability. It's really taking accountability.
A therapist ain't going to cure you.
No, it's them telling the therapist how they feel and different things, and they basically help you see where you're wrong. But a lot of people are running from accountability.
Oh, I love that.
Why are you looking at me?
Because it's painful to face.
It's a mirror.
It's a hard thing to face. You don't want to face that. It's painful.
It's a shadow. You got to do your shadow work.
It's shameful. It's
shadow
hard.
Work ain't no joke.
It's not.
To do it. And even when I went through my situation to where I started healing, I got a long way to go to healing, but I had to be accountable for my actions too, and what I was continuing to allow, and my mindset of, because of the trauma I experienced, I had a strong mindset of no one will ever love me, and if my family member didn't love me, who was supposed to love me and protect me, then of course no other man is going to do it, and that affected exactly the way I dated.
For sure.
And a lot of times we have that mindset, even when it comes to us being in, whether we're dating or in a situationship, what we've been through is going to be at that forefront, and it pushes us into where we're going. So if I didn't been in a relationship, and this goes for men too, if I didn't been in a relationship and things were great, or I thought things were great and I got cheated on, well, then now that I done got cheated on, when I move to that next person, I'm going to move a little bit different. And they jaded and they assume that we are all the same instead of allowing themselves to get to know us. It's like two things. I want to come meet you, and I want to have sex with you. And then after I have sex with you, then I want to try to get to know you.
Right. It's out of order.
Real quick, I was listening to this girl talk, and she said that she married her mother. And I sat there and I was like, what's she talking about? Is this some of this incest stuff?
I know she married a person who was just like her mother. Her mama was probably the traumatic person in her life, and what she did is she trauma bonded with somebody who was just like her mama.
And it's because it felt comfortable.
Yeah,
it was what she knew.
It was familiar.
Yep. It was familiar.
That familiar spirit.
You know what? But
It was
I
a
said
familiar
that before.
spirit.
I said it before because I had been sexually assaulted when I got into a domestic violence situation. My mindset was, well, as long as that ain't happening, I can handle getting beat on.
Yeah.
But I can't handle you violating and taking a part of me that I don't want to have taken away from me. So it's that mindset of, well, I feel like I'm safe from this. However, I'm not acknowledging that now I've created this unsafe space for me, and that's what I'm running into. And hell, that was just as dangerous because truth be told, I done said before, the nigga tried to put a gun. He wanted me to put a gun in my mouth.
Whoa.
So really, what I was doing is leading myself into demise, not even realizing until finally one day I walked away. Shit.
Yeah. I'm glad you did though.
Yeah.
And I have been thinking the more I watch Fatal Attraction is I'm glad I walked away from that situation because he was the type of man that had so much, he was so possessive that had I had your child, there was no leaving. If I ever felt like I wanted to go, he would have made sure by any means necessary that I stayed.
Yeah.
And so I have to look back, I was like, I'm sad because I wanted another child. I still want another child, but I understand now that it wasn't time, and I refuse to be held in bondage by the fact that it wasn't. Because I don't even allow that relationship to determine how I move forward.
I know that's right.
Excuse my language.
Well, as we get ready to close out, I'll give us a closing comment here.
How she
as far
changed
as
that
what I
voice so
think.
quick.
I've changed it. I've changed what I said a little bit. Now I'm gonna be, MJ, director of paid for projects, big sister. No, I'm lying. I'm not gonna be that person right now. What I will say, what I will say is this: when it comes to relationships, situationships, entanglements, the thing that makes things so murky is that for some reason we don't know how to be honest. And that applies to both males and females because there's some women out here that's treacherous too. You know what I'm saying? We don't know how to be honest. But my thing is, and I've said, in multiple relationships over the years that I've been involved with, look, come on, be honest with me. Tell me what the whole situation is, and don't take away my right to choose. If I decide that I'm still gonna deal with you after you told me about whatever your situation is, then that's on me.
Yep.
That's my business. I'm accountable for that. I gotta take accountability for that because you was honest with me.
Right.
But don't lie to me and have me walking into something, under false pretenses. You know what I'm saying?
Unbeknownst to you.
Then you got people.
Unbeknownst to
you got
me.
people watching you and
Yeah.
coming to weddings.
Yeah, don't do me like that.
Don't do it.
And when you deal
Don't
with
do it.
me, I'm at the point now where when I date someone or I talk to someone, meet someone, I'm coming right out the gate with the questions that I was scared to ask for. First of all, do it still work? I'm sorry, because if it don't work, there's nothing else for us to talk about.
Womp womp.
I'm just gonna be honest.
I once knew an Ed.
Yeah, I'm just being honest with you. But guess what? That's married. But that might be different for someone else. Someone else might be like, that's not as important to them. Well, I know me. You know what I'm saying?
But that'll give you an option to decide.
That gives me an option to
If you
decide
wanna be
because
with
you
Ed,
were
if you gonna leave
honest.
him.
Because it need to work.
Because it needs to work.
Or you need to allow me to cheat.
But see, not you know what? But I ask a bit. But the thing is, we're older. And as each one of us gets older, there is a reality that if you're dating someone in your age bracket or whatever or older, that's a very real possibility. And and there's nothing wrong with that. That's our bodies. But
it is so okay. Wait, it is something wrong with that because
Well,
if it
don't-
don't
I'm
work,
saying-
and don't be sending me no picture line making it look like it
If
worked and then
somebody
it don't work.
Yeah, no.
They happen too.
But no, I don't mean that. I don't mean that. What I'm saying is, if that's your issue, and we gonna talk about it going right out the door because then I'm gonna know. Okay, well, you got that issue. It's okay. Are you open to going to the store with me?
Right.
You know,
going?
Yeah, but it's not. It's not.
Are you open to talking about?
It's not
medication?
age specific though, because
It is not.
because I've dated a younger guy and he was like maybe 30 something, but he had a issue where he was taking medication to where he had ED.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so it's not
And
age specific.
that doesn't mean that they're not a good man. That doesn't mean they can't be a good provider
right.
or someone worth being. You just have to determine what.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. But like you said, they don't. I have had that where somebody sent me a picture of a beautiful thing.
And it didn't work.
Girl.
Can I ask you a question? In that, well, everybody had to be off camera. In that moment, what did you do?
Nothing in that moment, but we had a good conversation about him when that girl, that chat. Hey,
So can I ask a quick
y'all
question?
Mary gonna get me in trouble.
I just want to ask a quick question because they gave us a few extra minutes. So I just got a quick question. My quick question is, great. My quick question is, if you're in, because somebody asked me what would I do, so I just want to know what y'all would do. You know, you got Cletus, and Cletus done hyped you up, and you ready to go and see if he, what he talking about is what he talking about. This is what the young lady asked me. She ain't young, she older than me. And she said, but when we got in that moment, it wasn't what he said it was. And so, after it was over, and, I now can't get rid of him. He was doing this, that, and the other. I said, why didn't you stop him and tell him, baby, this is not what you promised me?
Because I don't want to be like me. I didn't want to embarrass him. So
It's not it's being honest. It's being honest. You have to be honest.
Oh, baby,
Why you gonna sit there for
So that bless his heart. Just bless his heart.
And then just be done with you at the end. I could just
No,
be
Right,
like,
Kim.
no,
That's right.
I'm not
You don't have to
doing
be
that.
done, but you just gotta be
stop you.
honest.
You just have to be honest.
Yeah.
Because sometimes
Yes.
they don't know.
They
You know
don't.
what
They
I'm
think they
saying?
giving it. They
They
think
think
they
they
doing
giving
a thing.
100%.
You know, back in
I'm
America.
gonna say, hold on. Now,
They
if you
know.
got kids, please turn this off.
No,
if they
they
keep
know.
flipping out, then you know damn well it's too little and it don't work. We are not gonna keep lying. They know, just like we know when we drive. They know when that shit don't work.
But that
No,
happened,
but
The mess don't
but
work.
they-
Pastors, if you hear me, forgive me.
but that happened to me. But I liked him so much.
You just went look past it.
I don't
did-
like nobody.
I didn't look past it.
I'm not.
Wait, she said, hold on, let me correct that.
No,
Say pause.
I didn't look past it. My shift of interest in him changed.
Okay.
You're so politically correct.
He became
Your friend.
my friend.
That's my homie. I'm telling you.
He can't, if I needed help with something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Gotta be good for
he
something.
He didn't live far from me. He lived like on the other side of my complex.
Uh-huh.
We would hang out. We would eat together. But he knew that I did not have an intimate attraction to
Well,
him.
at least he knew.
And he didn't question it.
Yeah.
He didn't question me, but he knew. Once after that was done, he knew by my body language where I stood.
Respect. You gotta respect it.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have to. This is gonna have to be a future
Yeah,
topic.
you gotta
Well, I
respect
just
it.
heard we got they giving us a few. That right?
Yeah, what he gave me.
Okay, so look here.
He said,
You got 10 minutes.
So look here.
said
I'm gonna
it
tell
was
y'all a
coming
story.
back.
First of all, I would like to say a
Scared of
disclaimer.
your story.
Friend, I'm
Look,
not.
see,
I'm
even
not
Stacey
giving no
said it.
names.
My friend said she
Yes,
said they
they know.
definitely know.
They know.
Yes, ain't
I'm
they
just
know.
gonna give a disclosure to in case my friend watching. I still love you, friend, and we're gonna be friends to the end. But
They do
I've been
know.
meaning to have this conversation with you anyway.
Damn, now she having a conversation right here on
So
Have a mercy.
a friend of mine
That just being embarrassed.
shared with me the longevity of their previous relationship. And when he shared with me the dynamics of that relationship, it was more of a friendship to me. But it was a friendship that was mistitled. And so in the mistitling of that friendship, and me thinking about what he had shared with me, I was trying to figure out how in the world the woman in that relationship allowed the mistitling of that relationship, calling it that, and not getting what that relationship provides.
What was the title? I'm just curious.
Me too.
They were in a relationship,
Oh, full-fledged
What was-
exclusively?
full-fledged exclusively.
Okay.
But there was no intimacy involved.
Well, that's not a relationship.
And I understand this person saying because of their walk with the Lord,
Okay.
and their faith and their religious belief, but the part that I struggle with that is God not finna have you sitting there wasting your time with nobody for 3 years. And as a man, if you have that relationship with the Lord that you're telling me that you have, the Lord should have told you somewhere around the first 12 months to leave that girl alone, because you know you didn't want to be with her like that.
Yeah.
I'm not finna waste my time with, I'm not giving nobody 12 months of my time and you don't know what you want to do with me.
6 months. I'm not giving.
I'm
6
not giving
months.
you 6 months
I'm giving
of
you
my
6
time.
weeks.
Okay. You got to I got to figure out if I'm gonna be bothered with you
That for the next 6 months.
yeah, 6 weeks. Within 6 weeks, then there should be a common ground or communication that, okay, I see potential.
Right.
That, at least for Mary,
Yes.
that's where it is.
Yes.
6 weeks. Within 6 weeks, I should see potential.
Right.
Within 6 months, I should.
You should know.
Within 6 months,
should know.
I know that if it's beyond what.
You right.
But 6 months, it should be beyond potential.
Right.
And it should be like, you need to start deleting some of them numbers out your phone, bro. You know, you
yeah.
know what you want to do now, and I should meet a cousin. But, yeah, you know, you was talking about meeting family members and
It's
stuff
6
like that.
weeks,
We getting
yeah.
ready to go, but I'm going to say that
Girl, please.
at this age, it's some things that come. You know, with meeting a man, meeting his sisters, and meeting his mom and stuff like that.
Let's stop saying
you know
age.
one of
Let's
my
just say
maturity. Well, for this
Maturity
part, I
level.
mean
Yeah, 'cause
age,
it's-
and that's
that's a
because
maturity level.
just for this part, I mean age, because I'm saying at this particular point, in age or in our season, you know,
Yes.
some of our parents are going home to glory.
Yeah.
And so this might seem crazy, but when I tell y'all, I told the Lord, you know, if you do send me somebody, I need his mama be done already went home to be with the Lord. I need all his sisters to live in other states or for him not to have none. I need all his kids to be grown and preferably boys. I
Somebody
don't
is
need no
asking
clingy
you a
girls.
question.
Somebody asking me a question?
Yes. Is it okay to ask about their past relationships?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And you know what other question I would say is good to ask? Ask the relationship between their family and your past relationships. Because what we didn't get into is how sometimes the family is the issue.
Yeah.
If they was an issue to your last woman, then hell, they not just being mean to me because I'm crazy. They just don't know how to accept that you moving on.
Yeah.
Do you ever ask them, if I could talk to your
Yes,
last
Kim.
3 girlfriends, what would they warn me about?
Yeah.
No, but I need to ask that question.
And
I've
do you
done
know
that
what?
before.
Do you know what a red flag is for me? The man that say, "Bye."
Are she crazy?
No, they was
or
saying-
she was
Oh,
she
they
was
just
crazy?
Say I had a big heart. I was giving. I'm like, nah.
So they would say, "I just speak my mind."
Yeah.
No, you rude.
But it's always three.
You rude and you mean.
It's
You
three
rude
sides.
and you mean.
Are you
It's
a
3
narcissist?
sides to a story.
Yeah.
They story, the other
story,
person's story, and the
and
freaking
somewhere in
truth.
between.
And the truth.
Yes. Yes.
So it's like, how would you ever know unless you do get everybody in the room and then correlate your own opinion about the situation?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Nah, I ain't gonna do that.
Because I had, like, for me and my mom, my dad raised me. So for me, I had my dad's side, I had her side, and I just came with my own conclusion with what I saw. And it made sense to me.
Well, you know, you sure picked a loaded topic.
I know, because baby, this wasn't half of it. There was so much to go into.
I already
Because
knew
we
it.
didn't talk about if a situation can turn into a relationship, and
It possibly
And
can.
it
could.
It just depends on the people.
Yeah.
I'm a question you depending on how we started. Anyway,
Yeah.
this was a great conversation.
So I already know we might have to have part
Part
two.
two,
Of this.
I agree.
You know, who
I
knows?
agree.
Whether for this one, we might have to get together and get us a space or something and open it up for the ladies to come
audience
talk
and have
about
a
us.
question. And bring, you know what? I'm not gonna lie. It would even be nice to have like a man on this topic too.
I
to
would
see their
I would
perspective.
enjoy that because
Yeah.
it kind of biased.
Talked about that, didn't we?
We
So
sure
be
did.
kinda-
all
yeah.
we all in tune with that.
I love that.
It has been amazing. It has been amazing. It has been amazing. I want to thank my beautiful co-host, Miss Stacy Swink,
Yes,
Miss Delashawn Bordeaux, better known as D. Nicole, and D. Michelle Colbert. I am your host, Mary MJ Harper, and we will see you guys next week.